Greetings. As you may have already noticed from one of our videos, Romania is a country filled with mysteries and secrets. Today we are going to dive even deeper into its history. We will tell you about the most striking and fascinating artifacts found in this land. So without further ado, let's get started. We are expected to talk about ancient graves, jewelry, tools of labor, road routes, and even ancient settlements. Thanks to in-depth scientific research, they will lift the veil of mystery in the history and customs of Romania. A 2,500-year-old grave. In the summer of 2022, archaeologists from the National Museum complex had their first glimpse of a striking discovery in the forested wilderness of the Dobreni municipality. Beneath an earthly mound, the researchers were presented with an ancient cremation tomb over 2,500 years old. This discovery immediately attracted attention with its uniqueness and abundance of well-preserved artifacts. According to the conclusions of experts, the grave probably belonged to a female, which can be judged by the objects found in it. Among these artifacts are bronze jewelry, which presumably had not only an aesthetic function, but also symbolized social status or belonging to a certain community. In addition, a clay vessel was found in the grave, presumably used for domestic or ritual purposes. 3 emerald beads dating back to the middle of the first millennium BC were also of particular interest. Amber was an incredibly valuable material in antiquity, often used in the creation of jewelry and amulets. Its presence in the grave testifies to the close trade and cultural ties of the ancient population of Romania with other regions of Europe. These findings not only shed light on the burial customs and material culture of the time, but also help to better understand the social and economic aspects of ancient communities. Celtic axe. In March 2022, a fortuitous event led to a surprising archaeological discovery. Claudiu Fiu, vice president of the Gorges County Hunters and Anglers Association, discovered the Celtic axe while he and his wife were selecting bait for fishing. This artifact, truly unique in its rarity, has been dated to about 3,000 years ago, making it much older than the Bronze Age period in Dacian history. Consequently, the axe belongs to the early Bronze Age, and its presence testifies to the Celtic presence and their influence in what is now Romania. This axe is not only an important artifact for archaeologists, but also a symbol of the early history of the region. Its age and preservation allow scientists to draw conclusions about the metallurgical technologies used by the Celts. The finding of this artifact in Gorges County also indicates the possible existence of ancient settlements or camps in the area, where the Celts may have resided or stayed during their movements. These data will be useful for archaeological studies and excavations aimed at exploring the early history and culture of this region. With these axes, the ancient Celts were quite capable of chopping wood or maiming each other. Unfortunately, in their times, they had no opportunity to ensure their life and health. Thank God, we live in the 21st century, and health insurance is an integral attribute of our quality of life. Our partner, Ecta Traveling Company, offers you 37% discount on its registration if you do it through our link in the attached comment. Take care of your health, and we continue our journey. 5,000-year-old tombs. In the summer of 2022, 3 ancient tombs dating back to about 5,000 years ago were discovered in Blaioi, near Ploiesti. These tombs date back to the Bronze Age period and provide important data on the funerary traditions and social structure of the time. The peculiarity of the discovery was that 2 of the tombs were stacked on top of each other, a rare and interesting architectural solution for those times. The first tomb contained the remains of a man, probably indicating his high social status. In the sub-tomb directly below it, archaeologists found the remains of a child of about 5 to 6 years old and an infant. This may indicate family ties or special ritual rites associated with the burial process. Archaeologists also found a head ornament, indicating the presence of status items as part of the burials, and a gold ring, which probably served as a symbol of wealth and prestige. The discovery of a head ornament and a gold ring is of particular significance, as such objects are often associated with highly developed cultures skilled in metalworking and jewelry making. These artifacts can tell us about the social status and professionalism of ancient artisans, as well as about trade links and cultural exchanges between different tribes and regions during the Bronze Age. 7,000-year-old fossils. In the vicinity of Târgu Neamț, at the archaeological site of Topolica, which is located 8 kilometers south of the city, remains belonging to approximately 7,000 years old have been discovered. This site is a veritable treasure trove of information about the life and culture of the ancient inhabitants of this region in prehistoric times. The artifacts found here are striking in their diversity and amazing workmanship, being made of clay, stone, and copper, indicating the high level of skill and technological advancement of these ancient communities. One of the most important finds were small clay figurines that scientists believe were part of the religious inventory of people who lived about 6,500 years ago. These figurines were found in one of the houses of a small prehistoric village that is over 6,000 years old. The figurines were most likely used for ceremonial purposes and reflect the religious beliefs and cultural traditions of those times. Archaeological research at the Topolica site has shown that this settlement was well organized and had a developed social structure. The houses and outbuildings found indicate the existence of a stable and complex economy based on farming, herding, and crafts. Copper artifacts indicate that the inhabitants of this settlement had access to rare and valuable resources, possibly through trade links with other regions. 13 Roman Legion. In the center of Alba Iulia, archaeologists have made an exciting discovery, uncovering a well-preserved Roman road and the remains of a dwelling estimated to be around 2,000 years old. This discovery provides valuable information about the Roman influence on the area in ancient times. The direction of the road clearly indicates a direct link to the castrum, where the 13th Legion of Geminus was stationed, emphasizing the strategic importance of the area in the Roman imperial system. The Roman road discovered in Alba Iulia is an outstanding example of the engineering skills of the ancient Romans. Built using the advanced technology of the time, it was designed for long life and intensive use. Roads of this type played a key role in maintaining communication and the movement of troops, goods, and people throughout the empire, facilitating cultural and economic exchange between different parts of the Roman world. Along this road, the remains of ancient buildings, including the walls of some structures, have been discovered, making it possible to reconstruct part of the urban landscape of the Roman settlement. Of particular interest is the hypocaust, a Roman heating system found at the excavation site. This system, consisting of underground ducts through which hot air circulated, was an innovative solution for space heating, testifying to the high level of comfort and infrastructure development in Roman dwellings. Bronze battle axe. The Dacia Chrysius Association made an impressive discovery near Oradea, uncovering a bronze battle axe estimated to be around 4,000 years old. This artifact represents a significant cultural and historical treasure, as such objects are often associated with prestige and high social status of their owners. Bronze axes of this type are rarely found in common archaeological finds and are usually found in tombs and burials, indicating their special value in ancient societies. According to the first signs and analysis, the axe found has a high-quality finish and craftsmanship, which confirms its prestige. This axe could have been a symbol of power and status, used not only in combat, but also in various ritual and ceremonial contexts. Such artifacts were often inherited, which emphasizes their importance for the cultural and social structures of those times. The discovery of a bronze battle axe near Oradea also provides archaeologists with valuable information about Bronze Age metallurgical technologies and craft traditions. The manufacture of these axes required considerable skill and knowledge in metalworking, indicating a high level of metallurgical development in the region. This discovery helps to better understand the economic and technological aspects of ancient communities, as well as their cultural and trade links with other regions. Ancient dwelling at Ermitur. On a plateau in the village of Hoisesti, known locally as Lake Ermitur, Romanian archaeologists have made a significant discovery by uncovering an ancient settlement dating back some 6,000 years. This settlement is a unique complex consisting of 19 dwellings, a small plaza, a defensive moat, and an access road excavated in a cornfield. These finds provide valuable information about the life and organization of the ancient communities that inhabited this region. The settlement at Ermitur is remarkable for its structural complexity and attention to detail. The defensive ditch and access road indicate a high level of social organization and the need for protection from external threats. The presence of a small square, which probably served as the center of social life, indicates the importance of collective activities and gatherings for the inhabitants of this settlement. Finds inside one of the dwellings are of particular interest. Here, archaeologists found fragments of pottery with specific decorations that can tell about the cultural and artistic traditions of ancient craftsmen. Decorative elements on ceramics often reflect the symbolism and beliefs of the time, providing a key to understanding the spiritual world and aesthetic preferences of ancient people. In the same dwelling were found clay boxes for storing grain, indicating developed agriculture and the ability to preserve the harvest. This indicates a significant degree of sedentary lifestyle and the development of agrarian practices. Ancient farmers knew not only how to grow, but also how to store their stocks efficiently, which ensured the sustainability of their society. Stone Age Workshop. In the village of Vitanești de Submagura, located in the Bolotești region, a Paleolithic workshop was found, which may be the only one of its kind in Romania. This discovery represents a unique testimony of the life and activities of ancient people who inhabited the region during the Stone Age. Archaeologists found flint tools at a depth of 5 meters, making this discovery particularly significant for understanding the early stages of human history. The Paleolithic, or Stone Age, is considered one of the most difficult periods for archaeological research due to the limited number of material traces preserved. Nevertheless, the discovery of a Paleolithic workshop in Vitanești de Submagura provides a unique opportunity to study the technology and production methods of ancient people's tools. The flint tools found at this site testify to a high level of skill and ingenuity in stoneworking. A treasure trove of silver coins from the Turkish army. In the Gavostia area, in May 2022, archaeologists made an exciting discovery, uncovering a treasure trove of more than 400 silver coins. This hoard includes Hungarian fanars and Polish groats, and is believed to have been buried in the 16th and 17th centuries during fierce battles between Christian and Ottoman forces. The find is of considerable historical and cultural significance, providing unique insights into the political and economic aspects of the time. A treasure trove of silver coins was found at depth, indicating an attempt to hide valuable treasures during the period of military conflicts. Coins of various denominations and origins reflect the complex network of trade and economic relations that existed in Europe at that time. Hungarian fanars and Polish groats indicate active trade relations between different regions and states, as well as the widespread use of monetary systems. The discovery of so many coins also emphasizes the importance of financial resources in warfare and political intrigue. Silver coins, as valuable assets, played a key role in sustaining military campaigns, paying soldiers, and supporting economic stability in the face of constant threats and conflicts. The treasure from Gavostia is a rare artifact that allows researchers to better understand economic strategies and monetary circulation during the era of medieval warfare. A sexy figurine. An anthropomorphic statuette dating from 4350–4250 BC was discovered in the summer of 2022 at an archaeological site in Urlați. The find belongs to the Gumelnic culture of the Chalcolithic period and is a unique artifact that provides valuable information about the religious beliefs and cultural practices of the ancient people who inhabited the region. The statuette depicts a female deity and was executed with a high degree of detail, which indicates a significant level of artistic skill of ancient sculptors. This find is important for understanding the religious cults and rituals that existed in the Chalcolithic period. Female deities were often associated with fertility, motherhood, and vitality, making this statuette a symbol of important aspects of spiritual life at the time. The discovery of the statuette at Urlați sheds light on the ritual and religious practices of the Gumelnici culture. This artifact was probably used in rites and ceremonies related to the worship of deities and requests for fertility and prosperity. Such statuettes may have played the role of amulets or sacred objects with special symbolic significance for their owners. An interesting feature of the statuette is that it was found together with a model of a female deity. This combination points to complex religious ideas and multi-layered symbolism that could be associated with ideas of fertility, female power, and protection. Analyzing these finds helps archaeologists reconstruct the spiritual world and mythology of ancient people and understand how they interacted with their deities. Sarmizigatusa regia. Sarmizegetusa Regia, the most famous Dacian fortress, was destroyed during the Daco-Roman Wars at the beginning of the 2nd century and remained hidden underground for more than a millennium and a half. Until the beginning of the 19th century, only the locals from the isolated villages of the Oreshti Mountains knew of the site where the remains of the Dacian capital rested. But they did not realize the scale of the buildings and the importance of this settlement in the time of King Decibel. At the end of the 18th century, the news that the villagers had found huge gold treasures near the ancient ruins aroused the interest of the Transylvanian authorities. Paul Torok, a representative of the Austrian treasury, led the research that in 1803-1804 led to the discovery of what he called a city unknown until then. At that time, the remains of temples, fortress walls, towers, and a Roman bath were found. However, as the ancient treasures hoped for by the authorities were not found, and because of the difficulties encountered by the explorers in the harsh mountainous terrain, the excavations were abandoned. Research over the past 2 centuries has led to the discovery of many ancient monuments and archaeological finds that give an insight into the importance and development of the Dacian capital before the Dacian-Roman Wars. Excavations have revealed various architectural and engineering achievements of the Dacians, including temple ruins, defensive structures, and hydraulic systems. These discoveries confirm the high level of engineering skill and organization of Dacian society. Today, Sarmizegetusa Regia is an important archaeological and historical monument attracting researchers and tourists from all over the world. It represents a significant part of Romania's cultural heritage and testifies to the rich history and cultural achievements of the ancient Dacians. King Decibel. The Dacian Czar, Decibel, is a figure of legend in the history of the Romanian people, having completed a bloody conflict with the Romans virtually 20 years before his death. Legend claims that he chose death, preferring to die rather than be captured by the Roman invaders. This episode, despite the difficulty of disseminating information at the time, became widely known in the Roman Empire. The name of Decebalus appeared in at least 6 provinces of Rome, as epigraphic finds discovered over time confirm. One such artifact related to the history of the ancient Dacian king was discovered in Sarmizegetus Regia. Archaeologists identified it as a vessel about a meter in diameter, presumably intended for religious purposes. On its fragments were carved the words Decebalvs per Scorilo, Decebal, son of Scorilo, in Latin letters. The interpretation of the inscription on the vessel gave rise to a variety of interpretations, attributing it to the owner and maker or claiming Decibel's kinship with Scorilo. Both versions gave rise to discussions and disputes among researchers. Nevertheless, regardless of the origin of the inscription, it testifies to the fact that the Dacians, at least among the elite of society, had knowledge of writing. A vessel related to the history of Dacia has been restored and is now in the National History Museum in Bucharest. The first mention of the discovery of fragments of a Dacian vessel with the inscription Per Scorilo dates back to the early 19th century, when the financial prosecutor Paul Torok led excavations in Sarmizegetus Regia in 1803-1804. In 1954, archaeologists were studying a civilian settlement in Sarmizegetus Regia, and scientist Ion Horatiu Crișan discovered a fragment of pottery with the Decebalves stigma and another with the Per Scorilo stigma. The following year, fragments of a vessel were found stuck between the roots of a beech tree. Turdash. Not far from Turdash, in the village of Tartaria in Alba County, the ruins of another prehistoric city of the same era, Turdash, one of the oldest Neolithic civilizations, have been discovered. In 1961, important archaeological artifacts were found there that some historians believe are the first evidence of the use of writing in Europe. 3 clay tablets more than 5,000 years old found in the so-called Magic Complex, along with nearly 30 idols. The tablets attracted the attention of scientists. One of them depicted animals, and the other 2 were carved with signs in several lines, interpreted as rudimentary writing. The tablets are shaped like irregular rectangular saucers with a round hole and measure 5 to 6 centimeters wide, 3 or 4 centimeters long, and 1.6 centimeters high. They are made of sandy clay, poorly fired, and have a reddish-brown color. Archaeologist Nicolae Vlasa has suggested that tablets from Tartary may be the remains of an ancient writing system akin to Sumerian. the international press reported the discovery on the banks of the Mureş. Although the alabaster idols may have been imported from the Aegean Islands, and the bracelet was made from the bone of Spondylus, a marine animal native to the Mediterranean, chemical analysis of the tablets shows that they are made of local material, the New York Times reported. Dacian bracelets. At least 24 Dacian gold bracelets have been found by poachers in Sarmizegetusa Regia, and 13 of them were recovered by Romanian state authorities, all between 2007 and 2011. They prove the skill of the ancient craftsmen of Sarmizegetusa Regia in the mysteries of gold. Some scholars dispute their authenticity on the grounds that the Dacians did not mine gold. The Ghetto-Dacian civilization was a silver civilization. As discoveries and archaeological research over more than 2 centuries fully demonstrate, the Ghetto-Dacians did not use gold in any way during their more than half a millennium of history. Not a single gold object of local origin has been found in any of the major Ghetto-Dacian settlements and fortresses, archaeologist Constantine Preda said in 2007. Form from Sarmizegetusa Regia. In the summer of 2013, archaeologists discovered a striking ancient artifact, a hexagonal bronze piece weighing about 8 kilograms, in the root of an old beech fallen by a storm. Its age is estimated at around 2,000 years, confirming the important position of Sarmizegetusa Regia in antiquity. The form of the artifact, consisting of 8 facets, is decorated with images of animal fight scenes, both real and mythical. Particular attention is drawn to the images of griffins represented in 14 different poses. Some of them, like medallions with griffin wolves or winged wolves, are extremely rare. In addition to griffins, the artifact depicts lions, tigers, leopards, rhinos, hippos, bears, boars, wolves, bulls, bison, dogs, deer, horses, goats, antelopes, and rabbits. Archaeologists note that scenes of fighting between animals are rendered with particular skill and are deeply rooted, extending across wide cultural spaces. This artifact highlights the high level of skill of ancient craftsmen and their ability to create intricate and detailed works of art. It also provides valuable information about the cultural and religious beliefs of the ancient people who lived in the Sarmizegetusa Regia region. Write in the comments the word Regia, so everyone will know that you are good and watched our video to the end. Give us a like and watch our other videos. See you soon.